All right. At the request of some people, I'm going to tell my Bigfoot story. I'll start with that one. And right now, you can see the summer triangle straight overhead here as we are early September. And now, before I start this story, what I want you to do, I have some links in the description and in the, I'll pin it in the comments. And these are going to be the sounds of howler monkeys. So what I want you to do before you go any further, go and click on one of those links and just hear what these things sound like. So that way, when we get to this part of the story, it'll all start to make a little more sense. So I'm going to just kind of give a general background of where I was. I was on some private property in the foothills of Appalachia, doing pretty much what I'm doing right now. Just chilling at night and fishing. I think you might be able to see the tip of my fishing pole there in the dark. And the river that I was on was probably about as wide as the one you're seeing now. The woods is probably about as close. And it was probably around, it was between 2 to 3 in the morning. And as usual, I started hearing coyotes yipping and yapping and calling. And they were directly across the river from where I was sitting. And that's not unusual at all. And I could hear them calling from all over the place, and they were just kind of converging. And I thought, wow, they've got something cornered. You know, they're got something cornered up on the bank. Well, all of a sudden, I started hearing what sounded like the howler monkeys, just screaming all over the place. And there was just a lot of commotion. You could hear just rustling and everything, just a lot of chaos going on. And these howler monkeys just screaming. And now, like I said, we're talking foothills of Appalachia, okay? There are no monkeys there. Now, the only simians or primates that I'm aware of are either human or what you would call, the Grassman, Sasquatch, or Bigfoot. And I've been, of course, into Honduras and Central America, so I'm real familiar with what these monkeys sound like, and that's the closest I can tell you it sounded like. Just really, just like a bunch of screaming men. And like I said, this chaos went on probably for about 30 seconds. And right after that, boom, dead silence. Now, when I say dead silence, I'm talking wintertime silence. This was late June. We're getting close to 4th of July, I remember. And as you can hear, you can hear the crickets and cicadas even here in September. And usually it's like that, bullfrogs. But it went silent. Just like it was in the middle of January. There's nothing, dead silence in the dark. And it stayed like that probably for about another 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden I heard, just a cicada just kind of kick in, and then everything else just picked right back up where it left off. And I think about that time, I remember I started breathing again, because I had never heard these howler monkeys before, especially where I'm at. And anyway, that's pretty much that story. And I usually don't tell these stories because I don't know if anybody's going to believe them. I've even thought maybe it was bear, but bears do not hunt in packs. And bears did not. If you listen to those howler monkeys, you might be able to find a grizzly bear or a black bear sounding similar, but it was not. Like I said, anyone who's familiar with black bear know they are not hunting in packs. So I'll just kind of ask it, if you have any explanation. And like I said, it was when I heard it, it was then I realized that it wasn't the coyotes that were being hunted, or it wasn't the coyotes hunting. It was the coyotes being hunted by these. I guess the closest thing I can say is just a Bigfoot. It would be the only thing I can think of that would make such a noise and be probably intelligent enough to hunt in a pack like that, other than a wolf. And certainly, well, we don't have wolves in this area, and the closest thing we got are coyotes and foxes, and coyotes do hunt in packs, but these were hunted at this time. So that's the story, my Bigfoot story. I'll have some others, as promised. So if you have any explanations or any stories of your own, hit me up in the comments. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.